Oh, thank goodness I caught this. I once made this mistake before because I got distracted right before the show and I forgot to put the audio on the video. But anyway, this show is streamed live on a website and I just fixed the audio so you'll also be able to hear me. The website is spiritmediumtv.com. So if you want to watch the show, which is just me in front of a nice Asian screen, you can do so there. But there are a couple of other things that are kind of good there to get. The first is a sale on readings, a third off a 30-minute session with me, private session with me. You get that at item 1A on spiritmediumtv.com, and you can also donate $5 to jump to the top of the queue, and that donation goes in part to help animals. That's item 1B on that page, and item number 2 is to watch the show. Everything's organized there at spiritmediumtv.com. And item number 3 is to attend our training class, because later on, starting about 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time this evening, I lead a class right after this in a separate context, a different location. It's not on Blog Talk Radio is what I mean. And tonight, in that class, we are going to be meeting our divine beings and learn our life purpose. And I'm also going to open the class with some artistic, creative exercises to help you utilize the part of your brain that has access to the world of spirit, your intuitive brain. But that's at 8 o'clock, and if you'd like to join the class this evening, you may do so by going to spiritmediumtv.com. Item number 3 on that page links you through to the Intuitive Playground, and there's a small fee for the one event this evening. On an ongoing basis, I have classes every Monday night after the radio show. Next month, starting in July, that would be July 7th on a Monday night, I am going to be doing that whole month clairvoyance for mediumship, which means seeing spirit, reading auras, healing with chakras, telepathy, remote viewing, medical intuition. A whole gamut of exciting subjects will be in the month of July. And it's really rather inexpensive, and it's certainly extremely convenient, as you can attend from the comfort of your own home. So anywhere you are around the world, you can attend. And that would be 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the 7th of July that starts. But this class series I'm in right now is clear audience or clear hearing for mediumship, which also includes channeling. That's what I'm in now. In June, we're doing that. And next week, that's the 23rd of June, we are going to be learning our past lives in a regression meditation that week. And that is also a way to open your clear hearing for spirit. So if you want to be regressed and learn and enter the Akashic records, that's the 23rd of June. And then I have something really excited planned for the 30th, as it's not going to be a class night. No, it's no, I'm not asking you to come out dancing with me. I actually am going to have on the 30th of June, that evening, which is a little risky because it's right around the 4th of July, but nevertheless, Afterlife, what do I call it? Afterlife Discovery webinar. Your loved ones speak out from the other side. Tell us what it's like. For example, what do they have for a body? Can they fly? Where do they live? Do they know about aliens? Did they ever incarnate as an alien? What is an alien? Are there other dimensions? All kinds of things. And if you want to learn more about that, just go to number 3 on spiritmediumtv.com, links you through to the playground, but also links you through to a meetup which describes that particular event in detail. It's only $20 to attend, and that's on the 30th of June. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, yeah. The readings are going to start around 10 minutes after the hour to about 15 minutes after the hour. I got a couple of more things I want to say tonight. This evening we will be doing both mediumship as well as your own life in terms of readings. The show is 1 hour in length, so that means it will be ending around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The phone number to call in for readings is area code 347-945-5849. Please don't reveal information. If you have a question, just ask the question. Oh, and try to ask the right question. quite often I get people asking all kinds of different things when they really meant one thing. And I don't want to play psychic detective. I'd rather just get to your question. So if you can give that a little forethought, it would save us some time and a lot of agony, by the way. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, my inspiration for this evening. Um, how many of you have ever thought if you have a guardian angel or a spirit guide, or even if there are other kinds of divine beings that work with us? I'm going to look if anybody wants to put down in the chat room any ideas they have on that. I'm going to take a quick look-see at the chat room if you want to say anything. Anybody ever think about divine beings and if they work with any, if they know who they are? Do you want to know who they are? It's one of my favorite conundrums. One of my favorite subjects is to think, do we have angels? Do we have guides? What the heck do we have? When I first started talking to Spirit in a way that I couldn't ignore or had more of an awareness of, it was over, let's see, 30 years ago. Yeah. Somebody told me that I could speak to my guides or that my guides want to come through, and I said, what does that mean? And they told me what to do, and I did it, and my vocal cords and my voice box started to be utilized for another seeming intelligence to speak through me. And back then, I just thought it was spirit guides. But when I asked them to come in, I would say a little prayer that my guardian angels come to me. But I just was, I didn't really know what I was doing. Guardian angels, spirit guides, whatever the heck it is. My point is that spirit guides and guardian angels, or angels even, seem to be giving the same messages as far as I can tell. But you do want to work with divine beings. You don't want to work with entities that are of lower energy. So there's ways to learn about how to make sure that you're getting messages from divine beings. I actually did that class two weeks ago, 1 week ago. I'm not sure exactly, but channeling for mediumship or clairaudience for mediumship is the class we learn all about that. And tonight, as I mentioned, we're going to be meeting our divine beings in a long guided meditation. But prior to going into that meditation, I will be using 2 different art forms to awaken your third eye. The first one will be singing. Yes, indeed. I will have you do some singing. Don't be worried, though. You can put yourself on mute so no one would hear you. And the second exercise, I'm going to have you do some acting. Yes, I will. And again, don't worry. You can put yourself on mute and you can close down your video if you don't want anyone to see you during those 2 preparatory exercises. Now, I have a background in acting and theater and visual art. And also dance. But I also have a background in a number of other things. But in terms of art, I was very attracted to art because it made me feel free. And then as I continued my journey through this lifetime, I started to see a relationship between art and spirit or intuitive communications. And when you learn how to tap into your creativity, it's the same doorway that we use when we do psychic and spiritual work. It's the same exact doorway. Let's see here. Oh, I was just looking at something that Susie B put down. Susie B is my co-host. Susie B! In a moment, I'm going to get to her. So in any event, we're going to be using art this evening. I'm going to be having you do a little bit of singing, a little bit of acting, just to connect you. I'm also going to have anybody that attends do readings for each other. And if you're more advanced and you'd like to do mediumship readings, you'll have some people to work with there. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to start doing readings tonight. I don't think I have any donations this evening except for Susie B. Well, that's wonderful, Susie B. And Susie B loves to make donations because she loves to help animals, and our donations go in part to the Humane Foundation. Every month I make a donation. Well, actually, most all of whatever I get from these radio shows goes to that because really not. It's really not that much of a donation. It's only a $5 donation, but all of that goes to help animals, of which I am crazy about. So while I wait for Susie B, she's right now in the middle of talking to somebody in the background, I am going to go to the first line that's waiting to speak with me, and that would be Grace. Hold on one moment. And by the way, hi, Grace. Grace.
Hi.
Hi, honey. I just want to say one thing to everybody. You know, it's funny because even though you were the first caller before, on the switchboard you showed as having less time in the queue. And I want to tell everybody that's waiting that I try to be honorable in terms of time to pick people who are waiting longest, but at times, for some funky reason I don't understand, calls get shuffled around. So that's one of the reasons, another reason why I have the donation set up. In any event, I remember who you are because I said hello to you before.
Oh,
So,
yes.
so what can I do for you, Grace, this evening?
Well, ever since my sister passed, I kind of have lost my passion for work, like any type of work. I used to be really into photography, and then I started a baby gift business.
Mm-hmm.
So, and all my time right now is just spending on, researching the afterlife. So,
Yeah.
if my spirit guides could tell you, like, what my direction should be going, it would really help me.
Mm-hmm. Sure, and I want to acknowledge that I do feel a female presence around you. As I opened your line, I thought it was your mom, but it felt motherly in nature, that filial kind of feeling. Maybe she's, just that feeling, female, close to you, loving, a bond, unconditional love between the two of you. I also want to say that when a loved one that's very close to us disappears or, evaporates, sort of slips from right through our fingers to another dimension, usually that is a catalyst for growth. It's all planned prior to life. So when my mother passed, and as you continue your studies about the afterlife, you might see a trend that most mediums picked up the work after somebody very close to them passed. Usually was a catalyst for that. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Maybe that's where you're supposed to go. I also hear that you're a very creative and artistic person. You have a lot of intuitive gifts. You've been helping a lot of people with hands, healing hands in some way. I don't know, do you do any kind of energy healing, darling?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Just my photography, I guess.
Okay. Well, you're intuitive and you're creative. Okay, visually creative. But you also they said something about healing hands. So what they're trying to say is you have healing hands. You have healing hands if you haven't pursued that. Okay, definitely
Okay.
extremely distinctive. And the thing that's great about you and healing hands is that it will be something tangible for you versus abstract, because you are a visual person. You choose things that you
Yes.
can see, touch, hear, feel, know, and see, and you will
Yes.
be okay. You will be good at probably medical intuition as well as being able to heal. You are supposed to be a vehicle for spirit healing. Okay, and
Okay.
you don't have to quit your day job to do that. You can integrate or intersperse, whatever work you do we'll talk about that in a second. Whatever work you do for money with your other pursuits would be intuitive, creative, and spiritual healing. Uh, but if you wanted to go in that direction, you could as well as a profession. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying don't think that you have to, be a starving artist
Okay.
or what have you. Now,
Right.
let me just see something, Grace, honey. If hold on one second, I just want to see. You're not working now, honey?
I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I was just trying to start a home-based business.
Okay, because they said you weren't working now. Okay, you're working as a mom, but not in salary capacity. Okay,
No.
home-based business. Now it's hard for you again to do home-based business because you're a hands-on person. Uh, the only thing I can see you doing that would be related to being hands-on would be finding things that you could sell, like maybe over eBay or Amazon that you found, and or artwork that you did. But, like some mothers get into creative things, that baby clothing, or they start recycling, or they look for specialized goods that they sell that way. Um, that's
Right. I mean, that is what my home business is. I sell baby gifts online.
Oh, perfect. Well, that's perfect for you. Okay, because it's
Okay.
hands-on. It's hands-on, something tangible. You need to do something
Right.
tangible, right? And since you're a stay-at-home mom, you can't be floating out the door. Now, one thing you might want to add on is some kind of a healing thing to go with that. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay.
You know, could be another website or something, or it could be spiritually inspired gifts for tots or toddlers, and you could Reiki them if depending on the audience or what you're targeting as your group that you're going for Reiki healing. You could do something like that. You could also have a charity. A portion of the goods goes to help and heal children of specific illnesses, which would be again, and you can also send healing to those particular charities. So I'm just trying to incorporate all of who you are into everything, because having that spiritual inspiration is going to be added fuel for the business to grow. Okay?
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, did your sister die of something that's very sudden?
No, she had breast cancer.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to do mediumship on your sister, but know that she's close by. I do feel this somehow that there's something very sudden about the passing, even if it was breast cancer, must have been diagnosed and then must have progressed very rapidly, because I get a sense of, like almost as if she was an auto crash. It was like, boom, one moment here, next moment gone. But I don't want to spend a lot of time on only one person because I have a number of people waiting. So with that, my dear, you've been given a lot of direction, and the show is recorded, so you can always listen back.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Really appreciate it.
Yes, and I'm sorry. Okay, honey. Bye-bye. Thank you. And I'm also sorry for her loss. I hope she heard me say that. Okay, I'm going to go to Connie next. Glad I wrote people's names down, because who the heck knows what's going on. Oh, I'm supposed to go to Susie also. Susie, I'll get you right after Connie, honey. Hi, Connie.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, darling? What can I do for you this evening?
Wanted to know if you are picking up or can give me any information on whether or not I would be rehired into the federal government.
Let me see there. I thought you were going to ask me if I could give you some numbers for gambling. I was going to say, don't put me on. Okay, let's see. Government hiring. This is for Connie. Yes or no? Yeah, you're going to be given some opportunities. It feels like you have some friends there. You know people there. And if you don't, then it would be good for you to rekindle some acquaintances you have there. Maybe go out to lunch with some people that you know there. Try to keep a friendly kind of thing going on. It feels right now that there's like an ebb and a flow to that kind of work. It's hiring, then they're letting off, hiring, they're letting off kind of a thing. It's almost making me a little bit nauseous watching that up and down kind of activity. I'm being a little facetious, but I feel that whatever you were doing seems to have some kind of ebb and flow to it. It's not consistent, if you will. So stay in touch with people you know there, and that you will be able to get your foot in the door again. This time. So does that make sense? I just need to confirm it. Does that make sense to you, honey, about ebb and flow, or it comes and goes? It's one moment they're hiring, next moment they're not. Okay. They want to give you another message, and that is that this time when you get in, it's easy enough to get in. It's just staying there that seems to be the issue. So they want to give you a little advice for how to stay in the job, is to try to find something as soon as you're in that doesn't have that back and forthness to the position. Work your way into a more senior position, or something that just doesn't have any layoffs involved. And I actually feel, as I say that it would have something to do with technology in the operational unit of the technology department, rather than just on the surface of it, that you should be getting into the back office more, something to do with the administration or the activity behind the scenes of technology. So those are my words to you, my dear.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Susie B. She's made a donation. Hello, my dear. Hi.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Darling, I'm fine. Okay, and I know you're exhausted. I'm actually kind of chipper this evening, which is, we got to take a photo op on that one, because I've been always so tired lately, but right now I'm feeling good. So Susie B helps me, by the way, everybody, by checking the phone lines in the background. She probably spoke to you already. Everybody is waiting. And she also is the host of the show, a co-host on Tuesday night right here on Blog Talk Radio tomorrow, starting the 17th of June at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You want to talk about that, Susie?
Sure, we're doing Angelic Whispers with Margaret and Susie, and we took a little hiatus, and we're going to be back tomorrow. And we'll be doing some either teaching or meditation, and we're going to be then taking calls. So we'll be on from 8 to 9 tomorrow night. That's Tuesday night, from 8 to 9.
Eastern Time.
Yes, Eastern Time. Yes.
It's hard to remember, I know, but this radio show is global, my dear.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And so look for that to come to be on the BTR menu for tomorrow night. Thank you very much, Laura.
Oh, yeah. And so you made it. And Susie B also made a donation, which anybody can do, which helps bump you to the top of the queue here. It goes to help animals. It's a donation to the Humane Foundation. So, Susie, what can I do for you as far as that? Because you have any questions for Spirit this evening?
Yes. Not too long ago, you saw somebody coming in for me for a relationship, pretty soon. I wanted to see if you still see that, and am I getting pretty darn close to it or not? And I really would like a one that's going to be lasting. So I surely hope that the next one will be.
All right. Well, let me see what I get. I feel that you are very, very, I do, again, I will say very close to getting somebody, but it feels more like, there's somebody there, but it looks like he's more in the past and he's coming in again. And I don't think it's the R person. I don't know who it is.
But the C person.
Perhaps, but I see very strongly and very clearly that there's somebody from the past that will be revisiting the subject with you. I don't know if it's the C person. I don't want to force anything on it, okay? But I feel very distinct connection there, and it feels like that's not over yet. And also part and parcel. If it's just simply an energetic tie that you feel, okay, it blocks you from meeting anyone different or new. So the answer is, so long as you still have that tie, and there is one, energetically to this person in the past, and I believe it is C now, it's coming a little clearer for me, that you will be not able until you totally refute that, let go of it, or move on energetically. And that will not happen. It doesn't seem like, if I have to do any kind of predictions for future things, at least for 6 months. Getting at least 6 months, you're going to be in a holding pattern here. And I feel that you're going to make several attempts to let go of that, but I also feel it will be revisited. Okay, it's going to be like what do you call that? A revolving door for the next 6 months. At that time, will be critical for you either letting go of that completely and bringing in someone new, or something changing there in the setup. So the answer, my dear, is not definitive because we all have free will, as you know, but it is the way I'm saying. So I feel there's still something hanging on there from the past. Next 6 months, revolving door, and then at that time something's going to shift. Either you'll completely let go of that, it will be you'll have closure and you'll let go of it, or you will end up being with that person. Okay?
Wow. Okay. Wow. That was really interesting, Laura.
It is, but it's not exactly like, you're going to McDonald's and ordering a hamburger. It's not like you can assume that that person's going to be there for you. What I say is I feel this strong energy. There's no conclusion. Now, conclusion doesn't necessarily mean that person gives you conclusion. It could mean you give yourself conclusion. But right now, there's going to be some back and forth. Okay.
Yes.
All right, sweet.
So actually, I'm hoping to actually have some physical time to be able to have a conversation with this person, so that I can really get the real, true feeling of what's going on, and do I need to really move on and release this, or what the story is and what's truth and what's not, So I'm hoping to get clarity on that.
And I do think you're going to, well, I won't say that you're going to speak to him or not, but I do feel there will be something going on, okay? I said revisited. That could mean a lot of things.
Right.
I kind of I let go of the energy once I gave you the message, so I'm going to leave it in your imagination for now. Okay, sweetie? Ah,
It'd be wild.
all right. Okay.
Thank you, dear.
You're
I'll
welcome.
talk to you later.
Okay, honey, thanks.
Okay.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now somebody hung up, and I was just about to go to her line, and that was Keisha. What happened to you, Keisha? Oh, you moved all the way down there somehow. Hold on 1 minute, Keisha, before I get to your line. There is something haunted about the switchboard. I'm coming to you now, Keisha. Hello, Keisha.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, sweetie. How are you, love?
I'm good.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I was just about to open your line. You're at the top of my switchboard because you've been waiting a long time, and you just dropped to the bottom. I don't understand what the reasoning is behind that, but maybe someday I will, why it works that way. Anyway, sweetheart, what can I do for you this evening?
I wanted you to take a look at a relationship. My name is Vaughn. I want to know where possibly this is.
Okay. Vaughn. This good person. Good person, has good intentions, feels like a what you see is what you get kind of person. There's something about this person, though, that holds back from revealing true feelings. He doesn't want to divulge everything about himself. And it's an interesting contradiction because on one hand, it seems like he does have good intentions. Maybe it's you feel that this person's holding back, but I have a sense of duality to the personality. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yes, like he'll go in and then he'll hold back, but guess what? I do that too, so it's like we might be contradicting each other.
Okay, and now I'm contradicting the both of you because I gave you the same kind of weird message. So, there's something about him that just seems like he's got things about him. Okay, first of all, two things I want to say. One is like attracts like. If you're holding back, you're going to attract somebody who's holding back. Or if you're afraid to reveal who you are, you're going to attract somebody who's afraid to reveal. That's one dynamic that's going on. But let's just concentrate on this person for a moment. There's something about this person that has a dual nature, really does. And I would venture to bet that he's the first one that made you hold back. That you didn't come to this being secretive, that he came to this being secretive. Or at least he seems to be secretive. And so that makes you want to hold back. Okay, because right, he's the first one that did this, and he does have something there that's not completely on the up and up. And I don't mean it's mean or evil or anything. I just mean that you don't know what you see is not everything about him. So I would advise you to take your time in getting to know this person and see. I know this is going to sound really, really unusual, and I don't really know how to say this. But do you I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'll call you later on, Keisha, maybe tomorrow or something, or I'll try to. I have your email now. I'll email you the other part of the message I'm getting. But in terms, no, it's really something I can't say on the air. But I just feel that there's things about him that he's trying not to show, and I don't. He's very, very secretive, and maybe they're not the most flattering things about him. It's not criminal or anything like that, but it's something else. And I will call you, and I'm not going to call you. I will email you and just let you know what that is. Okay, sweetheart? You're laughing because you probably already know what I'm talking about.
I kind of put my finger on it, but then I didn't want to believe that either.
That's,
I don't want to because I don't know.
Well, yeah, yeah, and but I have to. If it is what I'm thinking it is, as soon as I closed my eyes, and I saw him, I got a feeling about duality to his personality and his sexuality, and I will leave it at that.
Yeah, so did I. So we're on the same page.
Okay, then I don't have to email you. And that's that you be, and then from what I can tell, it's probably correct. And because I saw it without, and I'm like, how do I say this? What the heck? You need to probably start to detach a little bit and, wean yourself away, because if that is the case, then there's nothing really ultimately going to be there for you.
At all. I understand that. Yep.
Okay, sweetheart. I'm going to let you go. Okay, darling? Okay, thank you, love. Bye-bye, honey. Bye-bye. Yeah, that was a rough one for the air. How do you say that on the air? Lord. Okay, I'm going to try to find the next person that's waiting longest, but please forgive me if I'm not getting the right person. I got you, Connie. I got you, Keisha. I got you, Susie. Ah, there's a new one. Annette, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Hi, how are you? What can I do for you this evening?
Well, I was hoping that you can connect with my spirit guides and, if there's any messages for me.
Yeah, okay. I like to call them divine beings this week. Every week I change my idea. Hold on.
I like that.
Yeah, it kind of covers everything, because I don't just, there a lot of people are like into angelology and, angels and all that. And a lot of people are into spirit guides, but to me it's transparent, it's higher wisdom, it's divine beings for Annette. You have a lot of, hold on, they want to speak. You have a lot of people that are looking out for you in spirit. Not only us, your divine beings, or your, the higher beings that work with you on your purpose, your angelic guides, or whatever you want to call us, but there are several other loved ones that are here for you that are also rooting for you in your future. There seems to be, oh, Jesus. I see a few things for some reason. They're showing me like spiritual things. Icons of Christianity like Jesus Christ. And I see clouds, and I see off in the distance a beautiful sun, like a sun shining, things like that. I don't really understand what that means. I don't want to interpret other than I just want to give it to you. But you have a lot of talents. You're going to go far in life. You have only really begun what you want to do. You're just scratching the surface right now. There's a lot more that needs to be done. Most of it is faith in yourself and knowing that you can accomplish that which you care to accomplish. We are all working with you on this, and we're rooting for you, and we're yaying for you, and we're providing for you the physical sustenance to get you forward so that you can move to the next level of what you truly want to do. We're all in the background helping you, guiding you, and opening your pathway. I hope that makes sense to you, Annette.
It does. I've been getting in a lot of spiritual things, and trying to do Reiki and things like that, and meditation, and just trying to find myself.
Well, from that's what they're referring to. It seems like within a spiritual context, and they're working with you on this. Let me just take it one step further with finding yours. That remains to be seen, they say. It's not a matter of finding yourself. It's a matter of simply being who you are in the moment each day, they say. In other words, think of yourself as already arrived. The more you see yourself as there, the more you will be there. It is not necessary to become anything other than who you are. And the path, my dear, to be who you are is to acknowledge how you feel each moment of every day and support that in actions. We think that you have time now in your life to do just that, and we are so happy for you. We have provided the monies by which you are able to do this. In other words, it seems that, I'm breaking the channeling for a moment, it seems that there's some kind of pathway that's been padded for you with with financial support as well. That you have some kind of a layoff right now, or you've been given some kind of money, or you have the ability. Yeah. Is this?
I am in between jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a path there. It's almost like a beautiful rose petals on a path that you can now do some exploration of self as you move between your positions. The next position will not be as difficult for you as the former one as well, and it will allow you to take more time for yourself. It was a blessing actually that that door closed, and again, we were working with you. We heard your prayers. We do not want to give you or anyone else the idea that we simply are short order cooks in a fast food restaurant. You ask and then we throw it back at you. What we mean here is that you were wanting this, asking for this, because it is on your path. On a soul level, this is truly what you're supposed to be creating for yourself. You have been craving, absolutely craving, that you would have more time for self, more time to understand yourself, more time to think, more peace in your life. And now you are being given that because it truly is part of your path. We hope that this message has been helpful to you today. God bless.
Oh, it has. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you,
I
honey.
got chills.
Okay, sweetheart.
Have
Thank
a
you.
great
Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Tony. Hold on. Hello, Tony. Tony.
Hello.
Hi, what can I do for you this evening?
I guess, I don't know if I was going to ask you about a general reading, but I don't know if you do that or you need a question.
I would prefer that. Makes it a little bit easier for me.
Okay. Love relationship. Not in one.
Oh, okay. So are you going to have one then is the question. Yeah, of course you're going to have one. We all eventually have relationships. Hold on one second. This is half spirit channeling through me. Let me just get I need to refine my connection. Hold on. Oh, God. It feels like you've been really trying for a long while to find the right person. It hasn't been easy for you. It feels, like almost as if it's a sore subject with you. Does that make sense, please, Tony?
No, I don't mind talking about it. Actually, I don't feel bad. I feel like it's coming in. I've always felt that.
Okay. But what I want to say is I feel that I'm glad that you're positive about it, and that's the absolute right way to be. But it feels like you've been disappointed, and it's happened more than once, and then I feel you've taken a step back to really just sort of like a break, or just, not trying to fill the space immediately, but allowing the right person to come in. And it feels like it's, even if you don't want to say it today, I'll just say it again, that is from my perspective, that's been a rough turn for you. And the reason that they want to say that is they want to just acknowledge that you've changed or shifted your thinking. You've changed and shifted the way you will fill your life with joy. You've changed and shifted the way you express yourself on earth. And because of that, now you will be attracting in the right person. And prior to this shift in yourself, it was more like any old person. So they want to acknowledge and applaud you for shifting yourself in your thinking, in the way you look at things, and in your bright and refined and insightful outlook, because it has indeed shifted your energy and now allowed the right person, is allowing the right person to step in. Do you ever go to Unity or Center for Spiritual Living or anything like that?
I have in the past.
Okay, because I don't know, for some reason I just felt that around you, like Unity. I don't know, maybe you should be going back for some reason. You don't have to become fanatical, but maybe just go once or twice again, just to see what's going on over there. You're a very positive person, you're very clear thinking, you have a very good mind, a heart of gold, and the right person is going to be coming in soon for you. But it's because you've changed your sensitivity, the way you look at things. Actually, the person I do see somebody, looks like she is somebody that's involved with music, loves music. She might even be a vocalist, if you will. And that's the first person I see on the horizon coming in for you. And she's a person that's creatively actualizing herself. In other words, living and fulfilling her potential, just as you are. And that would be my message for you this evening, Tony.
Okay. And by you just call the 7338 number, or?
Oh yeah, you could do that. If you go to the spiritmediumtv.com and go to 1A, you can get a sale, 33% off. You have to use that link though to make the reading, or you can call me and I'll book it that directly that way since I met you through the radio show.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Tony. God bless, honey. Bye bye. Okay, I am going to go to. Oh, Margie. Hello, Margie. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. I want to thank you for your donation as well. And
You're welcome.
Yeah, and the animals, thank you. What can I do for you, my dear?
Well, this morning I got a text from my daughter, and she has a daughter who's just over a year old. She was looking at the baby monitor, watching her see if she's awake, and she said she saw a bunch of orbs around the baby in her crib while she was in the crib. Of course, she freaked out, but I told her it's probably, a bunch of angels just watching over her. Do you know what that was?
Okay, let me see.
Orbiting around the baby?
Sure, let's take a look at that. So this is your grandchild, is that what you're saying? And your daughter's child, and she saw it on the monitor. She saw it on the monitor.
Yeah.
Well, first thing I just want to say, and I don't want to sound like a killjoy, but I do get a lot of calls from people with baby monitors and see orbs on them. And
really?
Yeah, and yeah, especially see the lens of whatever the camera is. It depends on what the camera is. Digital cameras, for example, are less reliable for orbs than an old-fashioned film camera because it's more sensitive to moisture, and so I believe these baby monitors are as well. But I do feel that let me just take a quick look and see. I also see the baby seeming to respond, and I think that's the element here. It's more than just the orbs. I see the baby doing something. Did your daughter report that as well? Like the baby's trying to reach out? Oh.
No.
Oh, the baby's sleeping through it then. Okay.
Yeah, I think she was sleeping when she left on her.
Okay.
I think. I didn't ask her. I just presumed she was still sleeping.
Well, I see the baby doing that maybe when your daughter's not looking. So I'm okay. Is it a girl?
Yeah.
Okay. I see the little girl right now. She's adorable. She's very happy. Very sweet, little lovely girl. She thinks those are bubbles. Okay, sometimes she sees them. She goes up a little bit to touch them. Let me just see what I can get on who this is. Okay, so I believe it's a grandma coming in. Okay, a great grandma to her, or maybe your mother or your grandmother, and I believe it's on the mother's side. There's an F name, like a Fanny or something like that. Do you understand, please? The name Francis or Fanny or something like that. It's an F name. Is that your on your mother's side of the family? Because that's what they're telling me.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Okay, so that's who's coming in.
That's her great grandmother.
Yep, that's who's coming in.
Baby. Yeah. Okay.
There's your confirmation.
But the baby can see that, huh?
Yeah, I have a vision that sometimes the baby's actually going into the air and kind of like trying to grab it. And sometimes she laughs because it's almost, I think, Grandma Fanny, what is her name, Frances or Fanny?
It is Faye, actually.
Faye, okay. Grandma Faye is almost like playing with the baby and like doing little things like giving her little sparkly things, little things for the baby to play with. The orb is not, well, maybe the orb is Grandma Faye, but there's sparkly things that maybe it's trying to grab it as if it was like a bubble or something that was sparkling. So it's just playing and delightful kind of thing coming in. There's also a couple of guides or angels, you want to call it, that are also coming in for her. So there's a few different beings coming in for her. And one of them is her primary guide, or some people call them angels. Again, I call them divine beings that's coming in, also sitting on her right shoulder at times and talking to her and teaching her on subliminal levels about what her purpose will be, not to be frightened, in the new place on earth, helping her through the transition from spirit to earth, and all of that. So she's got two things mainly going on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, darling?
Yes.
All right,
Thank
honey.
you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, love. Bye. Okay. Alrighty. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody who made a donation. Hold on one second, please. We don't have a lot of time for anybody to be making any more donations. Oh, there are some people that have made donations. That one lady did, and then there's one other one. Colita did, and then Margie. Okay, Colita, I'm coming right to you, sweetheart. Colita, how are you, darling? Where are you, darling? Colita, are you there? Oh, geez, I don't have her. Colita. Oh, there she is. Colita? Colita. And I'm going to have to take another person. I'll come back to her. All right, I'm going to go to Sheena. I don't believe I've worked with her before. Sheena, hello. This is Spirit Medium Laura.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Laura. Hi, this is, yeah, of course, Gina. I hear an echo. I don't know why. I'm going to try to talk through it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't hear. Go ahead.
Okay, that's better. I'm moving on to better things, and life is starting to clear up this month. But I still have like a nervousness in the pit of my stomach, like I guess revolving like my love life and job, because I had talked to a family member about her getting me, working something out and helping me get a job to where what she's doing, because I have experience. And I'm just kind of like, I guess, nervous about, is it really going to come through? And this man that's supposed to be coming back in my life, is he really coming back? Things like that. Because I've been kind of alone for a while now.
Sheena, let's try to get it. Honey, let's get one question. And one question. Try to focus. Because I only have limited time and I have to get to Colita, so let's just try to get you one question. Are things going to get better? How about are things going to get better?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, sweetie. And particularly I think the job is the one that's really making you nervous. But now, do you feel that that I have a feeling that you've been under so much stress that you actually are nutritionally depleted? Okay, I just want to say that to you. So you need to take special care to self-care, okay? Because without good health, everything is going to, be challenged for you. I feel that you're having trouble sleeping, you're just not eating right, and you're kind of like eating empty calories at times or just not eating enough. Maybe it's gotten so bad with the job situation. Let me move to job employment for Sheena, yes or no. Yeah, you will find work eventually, but it looks like it's going to be spotty for the next few months still. It looks like there might be some temporary jobs. If you've been looking in the direction of temporary jobs, you should continue to do that and hope that one of them turns into a full-time job. For some reason or other, I see a woman near you. It looks like either grandmother or your own mother, but I feel a mother presence from spirit with you. And this person is looking out for you, trying to help you. There also seems to be some kind of forgiveness with mother energy for you, which is also part and parcel of the difficulties you're having right now. In other words, what I feel is you're so emotionally strained, and part of it might have had to do with a lack of nurturing from your own mother figure growing up, which is kind of overflowing to you today. I don't mean to talk in all these different directions, but these are things that are just popping in for me. And is your mother in spirit, honey, or your grandma?
Both.
Yeah. Okay. Because I feel there's a lot of hardship there between you and them. And they're trying to come in and say, we love you and we're sorry. We're sorry for all the missed opportunities to show you love, to show you deserve more. And they're trying to reach out to you to give you that sense so that you can nurture yourself. And the first message that came in was food, to feed yourself better. And that is literally, but also symbolically. And try to live as best as you can over the next few months. It's going to be spotty, the employment, but eventually by the fall, things are going to completely shift around for you. And then you're going to have full-time employment. I hope that this has been helpful to you today, Sheena.
Yes, thank you so much. Everything was right on.
Yeah, honey. God bless, sweetie. Bye-bye. Okay, I don't know what happened to Colita. I lost her. Where is she? Okay, I'm going to take one more call, maybe a couple more calls, because we do have the time. Did I do that person before? Yes, I did. Margie, I did. Keisha, I did. Okay, I'm going to go to 956 area code. Hello, who am I speaking with?
Yolanda.
Hi, Yolanda. How are you this evening?
Pretty good. How are you today?
I'm doing really great, honey. Thanks for asking, love. What can I do for you, my dear, this evening?
I wanted to see how if you see anything getting better financially, and if you do, how soon, about a job, anything like that.
Yeah, I do feel things are going to get better. It hit me like a really right away, like yay, like a big feeling of rejoicing, family, friends, everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it also feels, huh, I, you must do something that is related to the entertainment industry, or there's something that is entertainment oriented in the business you're in. What kind of work are you looking for?
I was actually thinking about applying for a job. It's called Teleperformance. Basically, they help people with the internet when their internet goes down. That's where I was thinking of applying.
Oh, teleperformance. Interesting. It has to do with the internet. You know, because it's so funny. It reminds me of it. It reminds me of getting a job at Disney World for some unknown reason. I don't know why. Okay, maybe it's going to be just a riot. Okay, but I do feel the. So let me just check on that specifically. That's a good one for you. One of the things I have to say though is that you just need to kind of throw the net out and apply for a few different things, and don't just you're like only being selective. You need to be a little bit less selective for now. Yeah, because well, should I go for this job? Well, go for all the jobs you feel that you're qualified for, each and every one of them.
Okay. When do you think I should be getting a job?
Soon, very soon, like within the next couple of weeks. 2 months, and I don't say that easily because it's not wasn't the last message for the other person. It's very imminent for you, but they want you to be a little open about what you will take for now before the right one comes in, and they also want you to give a little more thought as to what you think you want to really do, and then scale into that over time. It feels like you need more education, but it also feels like you need more refinement of what you really want so you can educate towards it. Now, education doesn't mean going back to school. It could also mean just knowing what you want to do and then getting the skills. If it could be from choosing a job that will train you even, but getting the skills that will work into that, and that there is more money for you in the future. Everything is there. You just need to be a little bit more thoughtful about what you really want in the long run, less thoughtful about what you will take in the interim. Okay, just so you can get it.
Okay.
Yeah, just so you can get employment now, and then work on what your long-term goal is. And with the two things, those two approaches in hand, in the long run, you're going to be a winner.
Okay.
Okay, my dear?
Great. That's good to hear. Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so I don't know what happened to, oh, maybe that's her. I don't remember her. Oh, God. Connie, Colita, I know where to go for that. I'm trying to find Colita, and she disappeared on me, and then she came back in, I think. Yeah, there she is. Okay, I got her. Colita, I got you. Susie B, I got her. Colita?
Thank God. Hi, Laura.
Woo, that was wild. Woo, you got cut off, and I know you made a donation, and I wouldn't have a chance to call you after the show because I have to go do the class. What can I do for you this evening, darling?
Oh, thank you, Laura. I was just hoping that if you have a message for me for my loved ones on the other side, something important or something that I have to hear today.
Mm-hmm. I also want to say that thank you for the donation. Okay, now I know your mother is in spirit, correct, love? And she's the one that you really
Yes.
she didn't have the great relationship with her. Well, she's the first one that wants to pop in. Your father is also there. And I believe you were kept away from your father, weren't you? Not you didn't see him that often. Yeah, there's a distance there, detachment. He says he wishes he could have spent more time with you growing up. He says you were really he says you were a real live wire and a lot of fun to be around, and he's making light of it right now because that was always his way, I guess, especially according to the last time we brought him in, although I never saw this part of his personality. In other words, he's saying, you're a little wild thing. You're a little wild thing growing up. Fun, wild thing. Little devil, devil and a little temptress. He just wished that he could have spent more time with you, and so he wants to spend some time with you now. Just playing with you, talking to you, asking you what you're going to do about your health, telling you what to do about yourself. Now, what's this about your nose? I know last time we spoke you said there was something going on with your stomach. He said something about your nose. Is something wrong with your nose?
Not unless you want to tell me.
Okay, I don't know. He says something with your nose. I don't know. Let me just see. I want to get one soul in. I want to get that soul in clearly. 1 second. He just wants you to take good care of yourself. He says that you're under a lot of pressure right now. He says your nose is good for sniffing things out, figuring things out for yourself. He says, follow your nose, follow your nose. Get it in whack. Get it in whack. What he means by that is don't question yourself too much. Get in alignment with what your instincts tell you to do. And one of the things that happens a lot in your family life is that you're not being listened to enough by the people around you. People need to hear you more and listen to you more. He says, now, personally, me, Laura, I know you, Kalita, because I've been doing a lot of readings for you. I don't feel this is true about you, but this is what he's saying, is that you need to really listen to yourself more and not let people around you, tease you, tempt you, confuse you. Always stick on point for what you feel is right. Sniff it out with your nose. Sniff it out with your nose. And he says you're going to feel better physically when you do that more. Trust yourself more. He says a lot of the health issues, stomach upset, has to do with tension in the home, tension not listening to yourself, tension in being questioned, tension in not being fully supported. And so he wants you to pay more attention to your nose and listen to what your heart and your instincts tell you to do. And he says that's what you're supposed to do. Okay? I hope that makes sense to you, Kalita, because from what I know about you, you seem to be a person that totally does what you want to do. But this is what he's telling you.
He's right, though. Dad, I think he hit me on the nose with a lot of things as well. And you were saying my mom is there. Does she want to say anything? Because I've been doing a lot of praying with the candles and letting my mom know that I forgive her. All is forgiven, as well as my dad.
Oh, wonderful, because I do feel that she's wanting to talk about that. So summarize, Dad says follow your nose. In other words, follow your instincts. You're going to do much better that way, and your stomach ache will go away. Okay? And the money challenges will also disappear, he says. And people are not listening to you about what you're saying to do about that, but they should listen to you. Okay? All right, now going over to Mummy, and then we have to go because the show's almost over.
90 seconds.
Literal.
Okay, thank you.
Let me just try quickly. She says, I love you. She says, no need for forgiveness. She says she thinks our last mediumship session was a good one, that you understood that I love you, and I'm totally, hope that you could forgive me. And of course, I forgive you for all the, I don't know why she said she forgives you, but I think she said in your last session something about you forgiving yourself or her forgiving you also. There's a lot of forgiveness there needed on both ends.
60 seconds.
And so she's accepting that beautiful love that you're sending her, Kalita. Okay, my dear?
Thank you, Laura. You're awesome. Have a blessed day, and I love you much.
Love you too, honey. Bye-bye. God bless. Okay, everybody, just want to thank you all for tuning in. Wednesday at 1 p.m. I do another show, mediumship only, and then next week I come back for this show at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you all for listening, and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Oh, that was rough.